In today's video we are checking out Project Cars, a semi-competitive motorsports racing game, gearing towards more realism and simulation. Created by Slightly Mad Studios, I actually cannot believe that this is over 5 years old now. When did that happen? I've been meaning to check out this game for quite some time. I remember even sitting there watching gaming conventions and this game was in beta. So this was my first time playing and this game kind of triples up as a is it any good in 2021? First impressions and also honest thoughts, feelings and opinions. With that said, if you do enjoy today's video, smashing the like button and also getting subscribed to the channel would highly be appreciated. And it goes without saying that Project Cars does go on sale quite frequently, so if in the future you're thinking about picking up this game, I hope today's video does help. But with that said, let's get on with the video and talk about the elephant in the room. This is the multiplayer aspects of Project Cars. It most certainly seems to me when I was playing it that Project Cars might actually be at the end of its timeline in terms of online play. The driver network is locked, but you can actually create games and join other games, although in my experience of trying to connect to other people, it was kinda difficult. If you do look at the Steam population charts, you will see that it has 180 players daily in the past 30 days. So that suggests that there is enough players playing, but maybe people are just playing this in the single player format. Or maybe the serious players to the game have actually moved over to Project Cars 2, although I have read from different sources that is also nearing the end of its timeline and doesn't actually get brilliant population numbers neither. On the other hand, it could just be my internet because it does suck at the minute, and I also have bad luck. So what about single player? What does Project Cars have to offer? This game isn't going to wow you with the amount of tracks it's got, the amount of cars it's got. Its content isn't vast and large, it's not going to blow your mind. However, the content that is here is of very high quality. For the game's age, the game is still visually and mechanically very impressive. Down to the car modeling, down to the actual tracking of the tires, it feels really satisfying taking corners. This is visually a very impressive game, especially when the dynamic weather does come into effect. Although it doesn't really impact gameplay that much, it is still really nice to see. In custom games you can set what kind of group of cars you're going to be using, you can set how many opponents, AI opponents, which are actually really good on the difficulty side, with a slider that goes from 0 to 100. On that note, the game as a whole for difficulty wise is actually really good. You can do preset difficulty, so it actually sets it to novice or noob, which is my category. Let's face it, I'm not much of a gearhead. The last racing video that I looked at here on this channel was Need for Speed Rivals. Or you can set the difficulty up to the highest if you are experienced in this genre, an expert and a veteran and someone that I wouldn't want to compete against. You think I'm joking to how bad I am in this game, but I actually only have one achievement, and that's the achievement that you get for crashing the first corner and then winning the race. I don't know how I won that race. Oh yeah, I do. I was playing against easy bots. In other words, there is a difficulty for everyone. The game is very inclusive in that way. It even has further support in the way that it does its driving aids. They can be toggled on and off at any time. This is your braking assist and also, your steering assist. One thing that I do like about this game is that there is a certain level of mastery. I know I've been saying about how I'm bad and stuff, but that actually makes the game a lot more enjoyable. You can actually get to a next level. You can always improve in this type of game. This is the reason why I like Rocket League. This is the reason why I like Counter-Strike. Although I will say that this game does have some arcade moments as well, it's not full on serious. It kinda does remind me of Need for Speed Shift actually. This only made my experience more, enjoyable for one, and more engaging. Not to mention because you can set up custom races, and also because there is a threshold of different difficulties and ways to master the tracks and cars, the game does in fact have high replayability. Within reason, that is. I don't think it's a game that you could just jump onto every day of your life and sink hundreds and hundreds of hours into it. I don't think it's that kind of game. I do, however, think it's probably a game that you can jump on for an hour or two when you're just in the mood to jump into a racing game. The magic of the way that this game is set out in particular is that you've actually got the freedom to set up the games the way you want, and it doesn't have to be the most serious motorsport simulation game you've ever played, but on the other hand, if you want it to be like that, you can kind of boost it to be that way. Performance wise, I've not seen any issues, and this game does actually have relatively low entry fee in terms of what hardware you need to use. The system specs are not the most demanding, although what I will say about the game, the more AI opponents that you do have in a race, the more it becomes CPU intensive, so probably just watch out for that if you know you've got a weak CPU. As a whole, if the population was better for online play, say a few thousand people playing, I would highly recommend this game at the full price. But that being not the case, I would say that it's better if you do get this on sale. Failing that, if you do see Project Cars 2 about, maybe give that one a shot because I've heard good things about that game too. It's basically like Project Cars 1 with an improved weather system, improved graphics, and improved user interface, which was actually one of the issues that, well, the community that supported this game had with it originally. I think it might actually have more diversity in terms of the content that it can offer as well, but I don't know, that's just merely speculation because I've not played that one. I've just heard good things about it. Maybe I should do a review on that one in the future. All in all, I would say it is a recommended game that I actually enjoyed a lot more than I first thought I would. Although I did really want to check it out, I just wasn't sure of what the experience would be. Anyway, I think that is the perfect time to end the video. That is my first thoughts, feelings and impressions on the game, as well as talking about some of the community aspects here in 2021. Although I did format this video to be more casual and not all about the hard facts, I do hope that you took something away from today's video and actually helped you in some way. With that said, if you are still playing Project Cars and you really enjoy the game, or you've got the other opposite opinion and really dislike the game, let me know down in the comments. Also, smash that like button for me, it really does help out the algorithm here on YouTube. Get subscribed if you do like this content that I am doing. With that said, I am going to drift into the next video now. I can only hope that I keep control and don't actually crash. Thanks for watching.